Hey everybody, my name is Shalyn Pate, Director of 31 Gifts, and I'm bringing to you today a party training. So way back in the day, when people had a Longaberger or a Tupperware party or a Mary Kay party, that's where everybody cleaned their houses, they got snacks together, they invited all their friends, they called them on the phone, all those things. That was just kind of like what people did. I remember my mom regularly going to things like that, and I went with her. And so some people today still do that. However, I think it's safe to say that most of our businesses have shifted to primarily online, and some people's businesses are exclusively online, okay? But let's talk about what face-to-face partying can still look like. So you can still have people to people's houses and you can have parties. You can theme those parties. They can be poolside, they can be on the patio, they can be on the porch. You could even do like a canned food drive where people, maybe they donate canned foods and you give to the local food pantry at your church or whatever. Maybe you do a bingo. Maybe you do a bunko. I have a lady in my neighborhood that has had multiple St. Patrick's Day bunkos, and everybody wears green, and we take fun selfies, and all her snacks are green. So be creative. Reach out to people and say, oh my gosh, Sarah, you have a pool. Would you be up for having a poolside 31 party? Or, hey, Janet, we always do Taco Tuesday once a month. How about at your house this month we do a 31 party? So you have to ask people. So essentially, it doesn't matter if you know how to party or not if you don't have the parties. So get that ask ingrained. Then once you start getting yeses, or when people say, well, I don't really know, I don't have a lot of luck, then you give them ideas. Get them excited about having a party. Get them excited about joining their friends together, and then getting freebies, right? So be creative in how you approach having home parties. What about the online party? There are so many ways to party online, all right? So let's talk primarily first about Facebook parties in a private group, okay? This is how I do all of my parties. They are all in groups, all right? I even have my customer page in a group, a private group, not a Facebook business page. I don't know how to really work those. I never had one. And I definitely don't think you would do a party on a business page. So let's talk about a party in a private group, okay? So you can do like single party hostesses where Sally has her own group, Sarah has her own group, Ashley has her own group, Jennifer has her own group. You can do it like that. Or you can have multiple hostesses in one party. There's no right or wrong. It might be different for some people. It may not be people's most preferred way. So maybe you give them an option. When I do multi-hostess group parties, I always have a prize for the biggest hostess, like the one who brings in the most sales. For a while, I was giving people the option. Do you want to be one hostess among several for way more people, way more interaction? Or do you want to do a single host party where you're the only one? There's pros and cons to both. You need to figure out what works best for your business, and you also need to ask them what they prefer. Example, last fall, everything I did was mega party. Mega party, mega party, mega party. 4 usually hostesses in a group. 4 I found to be the best number. 5 or more got to be too many. 3 was fine too, but when you get down to just 2, it's not really a mega party, right? Okay, so I had a girl book a party. Mary booked off Lisa's party. And when Mary found out hers was going to be multiple hostesses, she didn't like that. Because one random party I had, Lisa's, happened to be a single hostess one. And so that's what Mary wanted. So of course I accommodated her, okay? Is there a problem or is there a perk to having single versus multi? No. That is where the freedom and the flexibility of running our business is exactly how we want to. That is key. I party 10 times a month. So if I can chunk them, that makes more time for me. That's me working smarter, not harder. That is one huge way to find success, is to work smarter, not harder. The downfall sometimes to mega parties is you might lose that connection with your hostess. Again, all of it depends on how you run it. How much you're investing in each hostess. Are you contacting them every day? Are you communicating with them, etc.? So Getting back to the bones of a Facebook party. Because I use a Facebook group, not an event, because a Facebook group, you can schedule your posts, okay? Everybody knows when you go to post, there's that little thing up there that says schedule. You can do the date and the time. That is such a time saver, and if you are not using that, you need to be using that, okay? So definitely ask if you have questions on that. But schedule your posts. So even from there, before I even talk about what to post, when are you going to post? How are you partying? Are you doing one night, 30 minutes, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, so to speak? Are you posting every day for 3 days, every day for 5 days, every day for 7 days? All right, are you posting for 31 hours? There is no right or wrong as to how you party. I'm going to share with you what I have done most recently. And this is kind of a combo because I am always changing it up. You will not find me doing the same thing all the time over and over, usually, because I'm that girl that flies by the seat of her pants. I don't have a lot of systems. I don't have a lot of routines. That is not, I don't think, how most people work, but that is what has always worked for me. I'm trying to get a little more structured, but being very transparent, I fly by the seat of my pants, okay? So, some styles, for the longest time, in general, I like to party on Sunday or Wednesday. Based on our family schedule, that is what has worked the best. Now I have one in kindergarten, and I teach fitness classes, and we flip properties. I have to look at my whole schedule as a whole, and I have to pick out the nights that work best for me. So when I pick party dates, I don't just say, oh, Sally, pick any date in August you want. I give her choices. If those don't work, then we work together to find a solution, and I never lose a party, all right? I did a party at noon one day because of her work schedule. I have done happy hour parties at 5 o'clock before somebody went into third shift. I accommodate my hostesses if at all possible, but again, the freedom and flexibility of how we run our businesses and when we work is precious. Okay, so let's just say I'm partying on Sunday. I like to party on Sunday just because that's what has worked for me for the longest time. People are often home. They're getting ready for the work week, the school week. They're chilling out. They've been busy all weekend. I have found that Sunday evening is a good time with my clientele to party, okay? So regardless of what day you party, I usually try to party Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday. I always just try to hit that traditional Friday payday, okay? So although I typically, this is what I've been doing lately. Let's just say I have a Sunday party, okay? Thursday, I will make the group, and I will have my hostess invite on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Give them a few days to get in, to send reminders, tag them, all the things. So then on Sunday night, I'll post a couple times through the day. Don't forget about the party. Have a little video I post. Hey, I'm Shallon the Bag Lady. Can't wait to see you tonight, all right? Then on Sunday at 8:30, I start posting. So I have posts set, pre-scheduled, to go off between 8:30 and 9. That is my party. Do I go live? Sometimes, sometimes not. This is where I am constantly changing up my script. I am currently, in this current season, I am not going live, but that's the perk to doing those mega parties with multiple hostesses, because I can go live one time and hit all of those people. Another thing a lot of hostesses, consultants rather, are doing is they're doing these little couple minute videos, and they post those in their party, so they don't necessarily have to go live, but they're showing off product, okay? And it allows them to see our faces. They need to know that we're a real person still, right? So I do my posting in those 30 minutes on Sunday night, and then on Monday and Tuesday, the next 2 days, I have a follow-up post, like remember to order, all the things, okay? Sometimes I do a big push, an incentive. If whoever orders in the first 24 hours will go into a prize drawing. Maybe it's whoever orders in the first 48 hours. I am always mixing that up. If you've partied with me multiple times, it was probably not the same. That's just how I work. It's not right, it's not wrong, but it's me. It works for me. Okay, and then I keep it open through that Friday. I don't necessarily love that I keep it open so many days, because I'm a genuine believer that the longer you give them, the longer they take. And so every party's different. Some hostesses are super eager to wrap it up. They have their order ready. Some do a really good job of working for that next level, sending their friends, their customers messages. So How long start to finish something is open really varies party to party. What happens if your hostess gets stuck at 150? You work for her, okay? Maybe you send some messages on her behalf. I told my insider, I said, hey, you're stuck at 150. If you will place that $50 order, I will give you a 10, 12, 15, whatever you want to do, percent discount on that customer order. Then you can cash in your hostess rewards. So work for them and work with them, okay? But let's get back a little. I got a little bit derailed here. Okay, but in general, you need to be scheduling posts. I have finally broken down, and I pay $10 a month for an app called Post My Party. Years ago, I used to use Cinch Share. I like Post My Party a lot better, and of course, there's always a free trial. But literally, I do have to have my script ready to go, and then I load my script into Post My Party, couple more clicks, and it generates those posts for me. I am such a tightwad. I have constantly, for the last 3 or 4 years, I've used Facebook Scheduler. But the process to get all that text copied from one group to another and getting my photos re-uploaded to every party, it took me probably 45 minutes to set up a party. And if I was doing 10 single parties, not mega parties, I did not have time for that. So now I am using Post My Party. So you are welcome. Go to Post My Party, go to Cinch Share, do their free 2-week trials, figure out what works for you. Now, if you're only partying once or twice a month, I don't probably think you need, it's only $10, but I don't think that you will utilize the service as much. I like to party 10 times a month. It is definitely worth it for me. Okay? But going back to your parties, you can just only post, you can go live, you can do a mix of both. You can do all your posts in one day in 30 minutes, kind of like me, with a couple days of follow-ups. You could say, okay, guys, I'm going to post 3 times a day, Sunday through Thursday. All orders are due on Friday. I've done that as well. My director in California parties 1 week in a month. It's a big mega party, and it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. She hustles, and she puts her all into it. You have to figure out what works for you, your hostess, and then she has to be kind of your middleman to help you figure out what works for her customer base, okay? Going back to when's the best time to post. Like in my customer group, I always try to post at like a 7 a.m. and then between 5 and 8 p.m. Sometimes I'll do a lunchtime post, but you can check out those Facebook, algorithms or can't think of the word right now that I'm trying to come up with, but as to when your peak time to post is, so that's something that you can look into. I encourage you not to post like back to back to back in the middle of the day. Don't find a picture at noon and post it and then 12:32 and then 12:45 and then 1:15. That's a little too much. My people know that 30 minutes one night is going to be jam-packed. Other than that, they are always spread out. I'm going to check my notes. TOT31today.com. You got to be on the actual browser. You can't do this in our app. We have Facebook party scripts for you guys. Always make it your own, but if you honestly don't know what to do and how to get started, ask me, ask another consultant, can I join your next party? Maybe join a couple different parties. Get a feel for how different people do this. What you see me do is totally different than Sarah and Angie and Allison and Jennifer, right? We all have our own styles. And I think that is what helps me to succeed because I make it my own, all right? The wording sounds like me. I use the emojis that I always use. So if you get onto TOT and you get that Facebook script, if there's a word in there that you don't even know what it means in the script, don't use it. Look it up in a dictionary, figure out what it means, and then use your own language. Make sure everything you post sounds like you and reflects you, okay? Let me talk real quick about what to post when you are posting. Whether you're going live or you're posting, think about the different categories that we have. We have utility, we have thermal, we have crossbody purses, we have backpacks. You could chunk them if you want. We have had felt. We have a little bit of felt. We have storage and organization. You could even chunk it like these are good for travel. These are good for homeschool. These are good for days at the baseball park. Think about the different categories we have And be sure, whether it is live or it is in posts, that you are showing a little bit, at least one thing, if not two or three, from each category. And say, if these crossbody purses are too big or too small or whatever, then maybe I can help you find the best fit for you. Don't forget we have online extras. So if people are looking through the hard copy catalog, maybe you look at the online extras or direct them there, because there's always more online than in those catalogs, okay? One time I took part in a Matilda Jane party. If you're familiar with Matilda Jane, it is not cheap, and I wanted to win something. Even if it was free shipping, I knew that there was a dress I wanted, and her party had me so locked in and engaged that I sat down and I took every single post that she had, kind of how she formatted her party, and for about a year, that's exactly what I did until I got tired of it. All right? She would go live and then say, hey, welcome, blah, blah, blah. Join me back here in 10 minutes and we're going to get started. And then she would post. She had a participation prize. She had a prize for whoever maybe spent the most, or I can't remember all the specifics, but if you've ever taken part in a party that you're like, oh my gosh, you were in it to win it and you wouldn't put your phone down, think about that script. Think about that party. Think about that consultant. What did she or he do that drew you in? Think about that, okay? How can you appeal to people? There's also texting parties. Obviously, you always have to have permission to text those people. So if Jennifer says, here are my friends' numbers, you need to make sure that Jennifer validated and verified that you can text those people, because that just gets a little icky if somebody randomly starts texting me and I'm not interested in whatever the product is. Okay. So that is going to conclude party training. I'm sure I did not cover everything, but my hope is that you found something helpful. Just know that how you do your parties is up to you. All right, there's no right, there's no wrong. It's a lot of trial and error. And what you did on Monday night for Sarah's party, you might do the exact same thing on Tuesday night for Cindy's party, and you're going to have completely different results sometimes, and that's okay. Don't give up. Keep working, keep trying, keep asking, keep booking, and most importantly, keep partying. Thank you guys so much. Again, my name is Shalyn Pate, Director of 31 Gifts, and I hope you found this helpful.